have to talk about the Alabama Brawl because I really want to know where y'all was at, or when y'all first started seeing these videos pop up. Like, what were y'all thinking?
That shit made me feel good. I ain't gonna lie. I don't condone violence at all. I do not condone violence, ladies and gentlemen. But that shit made me feel good. It made me know that it was possible for us to come together when something's not right. You know, I feel like, you know, people, other races are misguided by the music we put out today, far as us just being violent and this, that, and the third. But in all reality, man, I feel like we don't start any wars. We don't start any problems with anybody. It's just things that be afflicted upon us that made us react to certain situations in a different way. So when I seen that that whole incident in Alabama, man, I thought it was just going to be another George Floyd, another, you know, not saying he was going to die, but I just thought he was just going to be beaten severely, you know, for no reason. Us, again, just standing on the side, just filming it and putting it on social media. But the fact of the matter is that people actually joined a 16-year-old boy. They call him Aquaman instead of Maine, you know. Seeing him swim across the river and everything just to get to that OG, man, it really made me feel good. It gave me hope of just what we can do if we all stick together, man. So that's my thought on that.
Yeah, man, I just,
what about
you know, when I first seen it, you know, everybody was like, "It was going on, buddy swimming across and all that." Oh, so she done got the chair and everything. You know, it was a brawl, so it was not just one fight. It was multiple. Mm-hmm. I understand the initial help. You know what I'm saying? Where, okay, let's try to de-escalate this. They fighting and all of that. Let's get these folks away from I guess, the dudes in security who's getting jumped or whatever. And my thing is this. That's where it should have just stopped at completely. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it got out of hand. You know, from the boat that was looking on and watching everything go down, you could feel the tension from that off rip. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of, a lot of stuff was kind of egged on. I just feel like it could have been de-escalated. It shouldn't have went that far. You know what I'm saying? I understand the unity. You know what I'm saying? That's that is the great thing. That is definitely not something you see every day, especially with somebody you don't know. I don't like the situation in general because it became a race thing. I don't think it ever should have became a race thing. I think it's just, you know, a bad situation that happened, and then, you know, we look at it as, oh, we finally got the ass. You know what I'm saying? We finally came together.
I mean, the audacity though, bro. The audacity of feeling like you over everybody. You know, you was at the Marriott, the Harriet dock, and feel like you can board or just leave your boat right there. You know, the entitlement. You know, that's been happening for years. I'm not trying to make it a race thing, or anybody. I don't think anybody try to make it a race thing, but we always seen that feeling like, you know, you're above everybody and everyone. You know what I'm saying? So all of that shit could have been prevented from the get-go. But the fact of the matter is, some dude from the side came over there and put hands on him when he was just telling him to move his boat. Man, that's just absurd, bro.
I agree, but something like that shouldn't have ended up in a brawl. Is what I'm saying. That's the main thing I'm saying.
He was getting jumped, man.
A brawl, though?
Yes, he was getting jumped, bro.
I'm talking about, like, not outside of just that fight. We talking about going past that, going into when the boat actually lands, and then they still doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it shouldn't have escalated that. I don't care what situation that is, because that's not a situation where something like that should happen regardless. The thing is, when it comes to us needing to progress, or, you know what I'm saying, have that kind of rapport with them, we need to de-escalate, bro.
You know what that was? When I seen that, when it became a brawl, that was time marinated.
Yeah, I agree.
That was time marinated. We let a lot of things pass, but when that happened, it was understandable. Yes, it shouldn't have been like a big brawl, but at the end of the day, it was just certain things that happen time and time again that we haven't done nothing about it. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is that somebody actually attempted to prevent something from happening like that again, which led everybody, you know, it was like a bit domino effect.
My thing is because it became a meme. It became funny.
Well, okay. I mean, first of all, I get that part that you're saying. A lot of times what I don't like about how things may happen in the Black community and it becomes a joke.
Yeah.
So that's what I will always I stand by that.
Yeah.
Like, everything is not always funny. Everything is not meant to be taken lightly, and it's supposed to be a joke. The memes that came out from this, I am still laughing at them. When I see someone with chair, anything, it makes me laugh. However, that is the only thing I agree with you here. Like, I cannot sit back and just be like, oh, well, it should not have gotten that far. No, I'm glad it got that far. I'm not a violent person, but to me, it was justified, if you ask me, because if you're saying it shouldn't have been about race, this was rooted in racial discrimination.
Absolutely.
He thought that he was superior over this person, thinking he did not have to do or obey any law. For one, that I cannot stand when I see people, to say this, white people, because I have white friends, when they try to act as if they are the law and that they don't have to follow the law, the rules that are being, not that they don't have to follow, that they are trying to follow the rules and act as if they are law enforcement.
Right.
But then want to turn around when something is like saying there's a rule, okay, you have to move your boat.
Right.
But now you want to say, oh, I don't have to move my boat. What are you talking about? Someone just come and try to enforce something, but you feel like you're above it. So how do you feel that you are the person that can determine whether or not what should be enforced or not enforced?
Come on, man.
That's insane to me.
Shout out to Karen.
It's absolutely, and I hate, and that, even the Karen thing. I do not like that. That's the worst thing you can call a white woman, a Karen. Come on now, like, that's insane to me. I'm like, come on, come stronger with some better words, because if you talking about black women, you're gonna say, oh, you're angry, like, it's always something, and it's just like, it blows my mind. So like I said, I have white friends, I have non-black friends who are from different races, and I love them dearly. And so we have these real conversations so that we can be able to understand one another better, so that there could be this dialogue that says, you know what, like, I'm not going to just take this lightly and move on past it. No, we're not doing that. Not if you're my friend, we're not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very big on, like, I hate that it got this far, but I understand why it did.
Yeah.
It was past due for, in my opinion, white people of privilege or trying to insert superiority over black people to see. We're not going to just be quiet and just stand back on the sideline and be passive and record. I know that's not what we're doing.
We've been doing
but that's what I'm
that, though.
saying. But
I've
that's what
been
I'm
doing
saying.
that.
I don't think I'm not for the passiveness. Like I said, I'm absolutely for the unity of helping the man out.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just the overspill. I feel like I look at it like this, right? So I look at it MLK style. I'm gonna go help my brother. I'm gonna de-escalate and not try to, you know what I'm saying, do what they just did to us. You know what I'm saying? We gonna chill on the peaceful. We're going to try to make sure that they don't try to mess with us and nothing like that. That's just what I'm on. It's like,
we're trying to coexist peacefully together.
That's stronger to me than us reacting the same way that they reacted to us, because that's what actually worked.
But if you look at the video, when the security guard was getting jumped, it was a brother coming down there trying to...
Yeah, I see that, They all was doing that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Like I said, one thing...
But then they started swinging on him, too.
It was that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? I understand the comeback and all of that. Like I said, my personal opinion is I wish the display was more of de-escalation rather than a return of violence. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. Mind you, we are absolutely justified in what happened. Don't get it twisted. That is justified. I'm just saying what I would rather see when it comes to real unity, because I done seen 1,000 brawls, 1,000 fights and all that, and it ain't never come up with I ain't never feel unified in that, because it never felt like a resolution happened. You know, like I said, I feel like the outcome became jokes and everybody making memes and videos about it, when it should have been like, you know what, them folks did wrong. We need to condemn them about that, and that's not happening enough.
It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of violence in this world. It's no choice but to make a laugh of it. If you don't laugh at anything, me personally, if you don't laugh at any of the pain and hurt that we go through or whatever in some type of aspect, bro, you would be sick. You would be depressed. That was the whole point
that's cool.
of comedy even existing.
That's cool.
Laughing at the racism and everything like that. Because you got to, bro. The world is a cruel place, you know? So if you don't laugh at anything, if you don't make the light out of something that was just built up pain for years and years to come, bro, you will go insane.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, I feel like if I'm trying to resolve something and make sure people understand what I've got going on, don't laugh. I don't think it's not funny. This is not a funny thing to talk about.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. If we're trying to take this serious, we're really trying to show people, hey, this is not okay, there's nothing funny about that from that point on, in my opinion. Which is why I feel like if we had just de-escalated completely, there wouldn't have been as many jokes. It would have been more, okay, these people really was out here trying to stop something was going on. It'd have more real, serious national attention instead of being memes and videos and everybody doing skits and stuff like that. But he put a red beam on the chair and pointed it at a wall. It's funny. It's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. But that's my thing is I see the people laughing at this shit instead of actually sitting down and thinking, okay, all this shit was wrong. That's just me, though.
So I think yeah. I can completely agree with what you're saying in terms of not making everything a joke.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, why are we gonna laugh at our pain, right? Like, legit,
exactly.
like, why are we making this joke out of years of hurt
Exactly.
and, displaced aggression and, not really dealing with the issue at hand, Like, I say this all the time. I remember Charlamagne said this, can't keep passing down trauma and calling it culture.
Right.
Just cannot
100.
do that. It's
man.
It's so unhealthy, right?
Very.
And so, to me, that is a sign of me seeing when people are joking about this, it's like, ooh, no, we need to start getting laws passed. We need to definitely make sure that, things are being set up and in place that people know, okay, what are we going to take this to the next step to be able to say, we don't want to have something like this happen again.
Exactly.
But I do think that the violence was justified because the man didn't ask for it. And then for it to have become a brawl, that was the reason why it became so, the video was surfacing and passing around the internet the way it did. If it wasn't a brawl, I don't think that it would have gotten the attention that it did.
Absolutely
and so to me, when I talk to people, black people about it, the people I know, everyone, like how you said, DJ 9D, you said, you see this kind of banding together kind of moment. And it's a pride that comes from that you're like, okay, it sucks that it had to go this far, but at the end of the day, we're not our ancestors where we're going to just be passive right now at this point. We're going to inflict some type of force. So you cannot be inflicting force on us without anticipating that you're going to receive it back. Because now you are. So now you got to be prepared to get it back. Right? And so that's why I say, even Charlamagne, I remember, he even said, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank with the guy's name, but he was running in, and he had, he got killed when he was on his run. Oh my God. I remember he was a very handsome gentleman, brown skin. He had a suit on. I remember
in South Georgia.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank for his name. Oh my God. Please forgive me. But I remember Charlamagne mentioned this. He said, I wish that if he had his gun, I'd rather him be fighting for his life in terms of in jail because he had a gun and he had shot somebody, then now he can't even speak for himself because he's no longer here.
It's a double-edged sword.
To me, I look at it like the violence is it's unfortunate that it has to get to this point, but when you're fighting, you cannot. It's like you can't just always be peaceful.
No, yeah, we're at a
option.
disadvantage in America. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it's not like I'm not condemning us for doing what we had to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just I feel like Martin Luther King did the most successful run in terms of making progress for us, and it was nonviolence, 1,000%. It was de-escalation, nonviolence, and I feel like that should be taken more serious because I feel like once he died, we kind of went back to the violence, and I just want to see a larger display.
It wasn't enough.
Don't get twisted.
And I'm talking about reactionary violence. I'm going out. I'm not. See, that's the difference here.
Yeah.
Black people are not saying I'm going out to look for this fight. I'm not looking for these white people to go terrorize them. That is not what's happening here.
Right.
They were on the dock having their own doing their own little merry lives, having their own little merry day, and they were reacting to the violence that was being inflicted on them or their brother. You get what I'm saying?
Buddy with the chair though, going too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of okay. I get it now. I'm going. White lady on the side sitting down. You gonna just smack her on the head? Okay, you know.
All I'm saying is, laugh at your pain. Laugh at your pain. Take it seriously. And take the Malcolm approach of it. Don't look for violence, but
look the Malcolm approach.
Yeah, if you get hit back.
You hit back.
Oh no, yeah.
Straight up
that's
and
really
down.
what it is.
I respect Martin Luther King for what he did, but at one point in time, he did say he led his people into a burning building at one point. And I feel like it's a cause and effect. If you hit me, I hit you. Point blank period. You don't hit me, and I'm just over here kumbaya and peaceful.
No.
Because it would never change, bro. It would never change. We've been kumbayaing for a long time.
Has it changed though?
No.
What?
Because why? We've been hitting back since MLK died.
What?
We ain't been hitting back?
No. At all.
We've been sitting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a situation where we sat. Where we sat at?
Come on,
Give me a situation where we sat.
George Floyd.
We sat for George Floyd?
Yes.
Just standing back watching the film. Like,
we was
just filming
kumbaya marching, bro. Come on now. You ain't see that?
What's his name? King. Rodney King.
Rodney King?
Yeah, we sat back?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. A riot is not hitting back, my brother.
I mean, that happened and nobody knew that was going down. Like, it was a couple people out there. But what I'm saying is,
a riot is not hitting back. Hitting politically,
yeah,
and being on some, I know the government don't like this because they the one who took it down. Being on that Black Panther shit,
yeah,
that's making moves. That's hitting. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
But how have we progressed?
Tearing up your own community is not hitting back, bro.
Exactly, but that's what we had. That's what we did after that happened. What I'm saying is, what progress do we make whenever we hit back? Is what I'm saying. Whenever we went back and went crazy on somebody, when do we make progress?
What I think happens is there's this silent understanding that, okay, maybe I can't do, if hitting back is the answer, right? You can't just do whatever you want to do when you know somebody is going to hit you.
No, I agree.
Back.
I agree. You know what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying?
Like you said, reactionary. I get the reactionary part.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, when it comes to, because I get what you're saying, how everybody was just standing there with George Floyd. That wasn't right. I agree. You know what I'm saying? You see a man, he dying out here. But you also know why they had to stand back. You know what I mean? Those men were in power.
Why they had to stand back, huh?
Those men was in power. And so they felt like they would have got threatened or hit as well.
They put on their pants just like us.
I agree, but they have guns, and they're the ones that are protected.
We have guns.
No,
we
but listen.
Other.
I'm talking about the people outside. We're talking about regular civilians, like outside against police officers with guns.
Regular civilians.
You got to understand.
In
like
our
I said,
community,
we are at a I'm saying, like, the people who were taking pictures. Yeah. Were just regular people outside of a store looking at police officers killing another man. They have no guns. We're talking about women and children out here. Yeah, they care, but they can't do it. What are they going to do? We are at a disadvantage, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, we are at a disadvantage. So we gotta think smart.
For the fact
that we think automatic violence off rip, bro, that's never going to progress.
Automatic violence would have been automatically inflicted on us.
We are at a disadvantage.
It don't matter if you got a disadvantage.
You got to be tactical with this
shit,
bro.
Okay, so this is what I'll say. I can see I'm gonna try to bridge this gap real quick. Okay,
right.
I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna attempt. I believe what you're saying, DJ9D, is responding with violence is appropriate if you're responding. It's called self-defense. There are laws that protect self-defense, right? Yeah. And you're saying, okay, yes, there are laws that have protected for self-defense, but you're saying this is not the only way of doing things. So are you trying to say maybe this is the gap? There has to be a step further where you're not just hitting back physically, but maybe you're hitting back politically in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
Are you saying that there are ways to hit? Yeah, but that's what I'm just trying to say. Maybe that's the way this is.
Don't do it in pure violence. You got to be smart. Like, I said, you got to do it tactically.
Violence. I never said pure violence.
Right. No. Exactly. That's why I'm trying to bridge the gap. I'm just trying to do it because I'm attempting it because I feel like it's one of those things where you are both wanting the same result.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? You guys are both wanting the same result, but you guys are trying to get there two different ways. So there's nothing wrong with the approach in which you guys are trying to get to the end result, which is the end result is we want to live in a world where we're not feeling like we have to be uncomfortable because people want to fight and beat up on us. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to say, let's not do that, where we're trying to respond with violence. And then you're saying, if that's what it takes for you to be not wanting to fight us, then that's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. If it takes for us to be violent and that makes you step back, then that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just kind of hearing.
All right, I know we spend so much time on this topic, but I want to
It's a passionate, I feel like it is something that has to be talked about because we have not talked something about.
We don't have a real leader to like really put us together and really try to find a game plan for all of this anyway.
I got you.
So that's why we're going to have these kind of talks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have Discord when it comes to that.
All I want to say is grow your own food, educate yourself, learn how to use bear arms and everything like that. Learn about your history, and then and only then learn about some political aspects of things too, the economy and everything. And then and only then you will be free.
100.
And if you have to inflict violence, then by getting violated on, then so be it.
Absolutely.
Point blank period.
100.
All right.
Yeah, no, you're so
like
funny.
this, yeah.
No, you're so
Facts.
funny because at the end of the day, yes, there's different things that you have to make sure you focus on yourself that you know how to do, so that way when it comes down to it, you not just out here willy-nilly. You can't do nothing for yourself, you know? Right. But yeah, this is definitely one of those things where you see, like, we're responding to something, right? We're responding to something and we're kind of like making the best out of it, right? Which is exactly what hip-hop. Y'all just watched an episode of The Bridge ATL. Thank you for tuning in. We had so much fun. I hope you guys did too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below because we need y'all to grow, okay? So make sure you keep it locked and tune in for the next episode. Oh, and turn on your notification bell as well.